Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you. It's Monday, which means it is time once again for one of our Viewer Specials. For those who are unaware, the Viewer Special is a video series that we do weekly on Mondays in which I feature games from you all, the viewers, as opposed to just seeing me play all the time, right? One of the main reasons I do like doing this is because it gets to show off decks or builds that I don't normally feature on the channel because I don't have the materials or time to be able to show all the decks that I want to, for sure. But beyond that, I really do, and actually much beyond that, I really do love even the sense of community that's really come from it, right? Just all of us coming together and checking out our cool builds and just seeing cool games in general. I think that being able to show off, because one of the things too is not only do I think this again brings us together again as a community more, but also there are so many cool replays out there that just don't get featured because not everybody is a YouTuber. So I want to watch those replays. It's one of the main reasons why I wanted to start the Viewer Special series. I'm saying that as if I just started it. We've been going well over a year strong on this series. So yeah, it's awesome. I love to see it. I love to see your submissions, and especially love to see your submissions because we can't do this series if people don't submit duels. So thank you one and all for submitting. If you were interested in getting featured in the Viewer Special, then here's what you can do. Definitely go ahead and check out the description below. That's going to have an invite link to my Discord server. In the Discord server, there is a channel specifically for Viewer Special submissions. Now, when you're submitting, and by the way, if you don't want to submit on the Discord, if you don't have a Discord or just don't want to join for whatever reason, you can do so in the YouTube comments below as well. I check the Discord much more frequently, so that is by far the better place to post. But if I catch some of the YouTube comments, I'll definitely take a look at them as well. But as far as what information I'll need from you, mainly just your 9-digit player ID, although if you also want to leave a bit of information about the games that you have publicly saved for me to view, that would definitely be helpful as well. Do make sure they are saved publicly. If they're not, that I'm not able to view them and then feature them in turn. But yeah, no, if you want to leave, well, if you've got more than one public replay and you want me to see one specifically, definitely leave the name of your opponent or the date and time of the game, so that way I know that's the one you want me to see. But if you also want to throw in, hey, I played, this deck versus this deck, and the game kind of went this way, that's also very helpful. And again, we do this every single week, so even if you don't get featured, you can always keep submitting. There's always going to be more Viewer Specials, and I watch almost every single duel that comes in, probably about 90% of them, so especially if it's a deck that I'm interested in particular. So yeah, no, definitely keep submitting, even if you don't get featured. There is, again, always the next week. But in any case, let's go ahead and see what cool games we have lined up for this week. Okay, let's start with Toad. Toad is a pretty regular submitter to the Viewer Specials, always hooking up some cool decks. For this week, she's got a punk pile. I believe it is this game here, versus Soup. Yes, versus Soup. They are on Vanquish Soul. So this is a punk pile with Makonko, Dogmatica, and Bestials, as well as Punk. Oh, no, that's the one they used to play, right. This one is Punk Bestial with Zombies and Orcus, that's right. We actually, yesterday at the time that I'm recording this, we did a stream, and Toad submitted a different replay with this deck, so I'm very eager to see this deck in action once again. The Ghost Fusion Zombie Punk pile is definitely something that I've been meaning to try. It's definitely on my radar. I don't have the Orcus engine myself, but to be fair, I think it mostly would just be the Dean Girasu and then the main deck Girasus. But alright, let's see how the Orcus engine affects this deck's end board. We're going to start with the Lubellion for the Magnum HUD here. We've got the Xayamine. I see the Shang-Chi the Spirato in hand as well. This is by far my favorite zombie monster, so super eager to see this in action here. Alright, we're going for the Shard Crusade. We sent the World Legacy Key, right? Is that what this card is? Yeah, the World Legacy. World Wand, sorry, not the key. Alright, Wagon for the field spell and the Deer Note. Starting off, I mean, you pretty much always start off with what appear to be basic punk lines, but even insofar as going for the Jam Dragon Drive, right? But things will definitely switch up here in a bit, we'll see. Alright, Deer Note's going to bring back the Sharkusai. Jam Dragon Drive will add the Psychic Tracker. Were it not for the Shang-Chi the Spirato, I would almost assume that we were on Gold Pride Punk when I saw a Psychic Tracker, but no, we're going for Immortal Dragon instead. Immortal Dragon is going to send the Ghost Sleeper. Ghost Sleeper adds the Ghost Fusion. Ghost Fusion allows us to fuse for the Garura, using the Shang-Chi and the Immortal Dragon. This will banish the Shang-Chi and allow it to summon itself to the field, which will then in turn allow us to send a zombie monster from deck to graveyard. Then we can overlay for Beatrice to send another monster from the deck to the graveyard. It's kind of insane. But I mean, like, the main reason why I like Shang-Chi the Spirato so much, like, this is just my favorite zombie card. It's got so many cool interactions you can do with it. Not just in this build, but in zombie decks in general. This is a great synchro fodder. As you can see, it can be used to make Beatrice because it's level 6. It summons itself whenever it's banished for like any reason at all, so that's really cool. You just have to banish a zombie out of the graveyard, which has internal synergy with like Shinobi Necro and other zombie monsters. And during your main phase, you can just straight up foolish a monster, or sorry, foolish a zombie. Not any monster, that'd be too good, but foolish any zombie from your deck to the graveyard. That's so good, such a good card. Beatrice, on the other hand, will allow us to foolish any card. And by detaching Garura, we get to draw as well. Bystials definitely makes sense here. Being level 6, they definitely get to add to our ability to summon that Beatrice a little bit more easily as well. As of course, syncing for 8. Or I guess in this case 10, because we do have the Lubellion in the yard there. Lubellion's going to activate, placing the Branded Regained, and yeah, now we're going to sync for the 10. Is this Baron de Fleur? No, it's Dissipator. Of course, because we have a Dragon non-tuner. And also, that was very nice not using the Branded Regained effect when the Shinobi Necro got banished, so that we could bring it back with the Dissipator and then sync for 10. Like, that seems like an obvious play, but there are so many people who would just, like, auto, you know, they see the Branded Regained prompt pop up, rather. I got pop and proc mixed up there. They see the proc for the Branded Regained pop up there, jeez. And then they put it back to the deck and draw a card, but of course, by keeping the Shinobi Necro in the banished pile, not only can we bring it back with the Pater to synchro, but we also wheel it back into our graveyard for more plays potentially later, so. And now we get to do our Orcus line, sending the Nightmare, sending the Harpourer, rather, with the Nightmare. Harpourer then gets to some of the Girisu. Girisu's gonna send the... Actually, what did Girisu send there? The Symbol Skeleton, okay. Because I was going to say the World Wand was already in the graveyard. Right, of course. And now we get to Branded Regain to put back a card and draw. Ooh, and we even got the Orcus Counter Trap, too. That's so good. I believe this is an Omni Negate, if I recall correctly. Yep, it's an Omni. There's the Babel making our Orcus effects quick effects. Bringing back the Symbol Skeleton. Oh, are we overlaying? Oh, for Ding, right. I thought it was Gigantic for some reason. Me, you know, Eternal Sprite Brain, but... I was like, how are you making Gigantic with only a League 2? No. But, yeah, Galateas at the Crescendo, add the Druid Swarm, then pass back over. So we have a ton of disrupts on this board. Ton of interaction here. Vanquish Soul is indeed going to be what Soup is on. We're going to start with the Dr. Madlove. We're going to immediately fire off the Orcus Crescendo, which will not only, of course, negate the Dr. Madlove, but also banish it as well. That's extra good to do here. It might seem a little odd to just snap fire off the counter trap like that, but I really like it because the problem with trying to use like Baron or Pater to negate / destroy it is that, well, I guess to be fair, if we negated with Pater... Actually, I'm trying to think if is Pater's negate like imperm? No, it should be. It should follow the monster. I actually don't know that off the top of my head. I really should. I think it should follow the monster to keep that activated effect. Yeah, but anyway, either way, we don't want to allow our opponent the opportunity to bounce the Madlove with like a Borger or a Caesar Valius or something. So the counter trap being spell speed 3 is super duper important here for being able to deny that. Okay, they have a Xiaolong. They're going to reveal that and summon the Raisin. Raisin gets to add, and of course is in the column with both Galatea and Pater. So we're definitely going to want to make sure we take care of that. We've got the Baron de Fleur here to try and negate it. Oh, they're just turning the Pater face down. Okay, that's whatever. Yeah, they just surrender right after that. Okay. I was gonna say, like, turning the Pater face down is definitely annoying, but I don't really see how they have much follow-up beyond that. Like, I was thinking to myself, because I was also thinking to myself just now, too, should we have used Pater's F on the Raisin, and then we could have bare into the Dust Devil. But again, the Dust Devil just super did not end up mattering at all there. So, yeah, okay, that was a very, very good game with a very, very cool deck. Thank you very much, Toad, for your submission. Let us go ahead and check out the next duel here. Okay, our next game comes to us from Kite. Kite has a replay against, I think, this one here with Toby. Kite is playing Monadium Tier versus Punk Cash. Wow, I haven't seen a Punk variant that wasn't Gold Pride since, well, Gold Pride came out, so... Well, I mean, of course, and also the Ghost Pride stuff, or the Ghost Fusion stuff, duh. We've only seen that deck featured in 2 viewer specials now, and I totally forgot about it, even in the last game. Jeez, good one, Lex. Anyway, I want to check out the extra deck here, because I have been interested in trying out some of the Monadium variants, like the Tier Limit build and the Sprite build, so definitely eager to see the extra deck. I mean, to be fair, yeah, with the Monadium stuff, or the Tier Limit stuff, rather, you don't have to slot in that many more extra deck monsters, so... Okay, they're going to start with the Deer Note for the Zayamine. Zayamine F. We're going to Ash Blossom it. Is this the... Hang on, let me read this again, because Kite mentioned that they had a really bad Ash Blossom. I don't think this is a bad Ash Blossom. With the information that we have right now, like, sure, if they end up having the Foxy Tune in hand, then this Ash Blossom will have been bad. Let's keep watching. Maybe there's, like, more information we can glean. Yeah, they just happen to have the Foxy Tune. I mean, to be fair, there is definitely an argument to waiting for Foxy Tune or the Rising Carp, but, like, I don't think ashing Zayamine is a bad move. Like, there are better moves you can make, but I don't think it's a bad call. The other thing, too, about using Ash Blossom against Punk that's kind of weird is that, like, if you know it's pure Punk, then, yeah, Rising Carp becomes the best place to interact with it. But, there are so many Punk variants out there. Again, I know I just said, like, oh, whatever do you see besides Gold Pride Punk, but, you know, that's just me drawing from my own personal experience. Of course, I haven't played against, like, Ghost Fusion Punk on ladder myself, or Cash Punk, or, I mean, I guess to be fair, Cash Punk does use the Rising Carp, but anyway, my main point here, also, what is our opponent doing? This was a really weird line by them, I don't know if I get this, but, yeah, I don't get this at all, actually. Is it because they brought back... Hang on. Yeah, it's because they brought back Madam Spider when they should have brought back the Sharakusai. You're supposed to leave Sharakusai and jam Dragon Drive up so you can go into Amazing Dragon on the opponent's turn, but this opponent did not. But anyway, the only thing I was going to say about that Ash Blossom is that, like, yes, Foxy Tune would have been better for that reason. And Rising Carp is best if you know they're on pure Punk, but it can be hard to know that sometimes, and... Yeah, again, yeah, it would have been ideal to use against Foxy Tune, even without the information that we had, but I don't think using against Zayamine was, like, really bad or anything like that, so... I think you're mostly fine. It's like, you know, it's like people who say, like, oh, Ash on the... Against Mathmech, right? Oh, Ash on the Cynet mining is so abysmally terrible. Why would you not just Ash the Alimbertian? It's like, yeah, Alimbertian is the ideal thing to Ash, but I don't fault people for wanting to Ash the Cynet either, and I don't think it's bad. I don't... Like, yeah, it's probably more optimal to Ash the Alimbertian, but I think Ashing the Cynet is still fine. Ooh, using the Rim on the Rhino Heart to dodge the Gabu is so juicy here, especially because we also have a Tier Limits card in our hand, which means we do get to proc the Rhino Heart effect as well. Although, I guess it looks like we're looking to keep our Grief here in order to use it later, because we didn't end up proccing the effect there. What is Grief's effect when it gets into the graveyard? Doesn't it add a Banished Trap card? Yeah, add a Banished Tier Limits Trap. Okay, they're using Called By on the Havness, but Rim is still going to resolve here, so... Oh, wait, Grief... Does it destroy a card? It sends it. No! I thought this destroyed. I thought we'd be able to destroy with the... Although, you know what? We can run into the Pep to destroy the Meek, and more importantly, make our life points lower than our opponents, which will, in turn, allow us to affect the Psychic End Punisher with our effects again. Alright, we got the Reichphobia for the, or we got the Vices rather off the Reichphobia. We're gonna sink for the Baron here. Which, yep, Pep can be popped by the Baron now. Grief to add and then send Shiren makes sense. We're gonna proc the Shiren F, fusing it and Rhino Heart. Oh, is that? Although I guess Rhino Heart still would have been on the field. Although, yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's like Grief and Rhino Heart's kind of like the same thing either way in that circumstance. And also, by not summoning the Rhino Heart and sending... Ooh, Dark Ruler no more, really? See, this is actually a prime example of why I'm not a fan of Dark Ruler no more in, like, pretty much any deck that isn't specifically made to go second. Because it's like... I don't know what our opponent is doing here, actually. This is a really, really weird line. I mean, yeah, it's like, what is, like... What did Dark Ruler no more... Like, what did it actually end up accomplishing here as far as, like... Yeah, of course, it ended up not allowing the Baron to use its effect, but... We can't win the duel, or I guess our opponent can't win the duel this turn anymore, right? It's just not possible at this rate. Not this turn, anyway. Because, of course, they can't deal damage. And, like... To be fair, we are kind of in top deck mode, but... We got a really good top deck. And, like, but they have, like, the Rhino Heart and, like, nothing else. Or they have, like, the Baron and nothing else. It's, like... It's such a weak use of Dark Ruler no more. That's the thing, too. Like, everyone... Here's the thing, right? Everyone kind of acts like, oh, Dark Ruler no more. If you get this and go second, or if you get this and get to utilize it against an opponent's board, then you can just win. And while it's true that this is a huge boon to helping against, you know, giant boards, like, resolving a Dark Ruler no more doesn't even necessitate that you win the duel afterward. So, especially when I think about it in that regard, on top of the fact that, again, I think about drawing this card going first, which I'm sure our opponent probably did. It's like, I don't know, especially for a deck like Punk Cash that doesn't really have that many one-card combo lines, or not that many one-card combo lines that can play through Disruption. I think you need all the deck slots you can get to make sure your turn 1 goes well, or to have hand traps to help if you go second. Like, playing a card that is exactly only good if you go second is just so questionable. I don't know. I know I always rant about this, but it's like... Again, our opponent's on Punk Cash. Their deck has no business having a Dark Ruler no more, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that their deck is bad. I'm not saying that you can't see success if you're playing a Punk Cash deck with Dark Ruler no more. But I don't think your deck is optimal. If you're playing Dark Ruler no more and your deck isn't built to go second every single time, I'm sorry, I don't think your deck is optimal for best of one ranked ladder. But again, that's just my opinion. It doesn't mean you can't see success at the same time. So, you know, if it's working for you, don't let me stop you. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents. But in any case, we have one more game to check out. Let's go ahead and dive into that there. Okay, our last game comes to us from A Bad Time. A Bad Time's got another interesting deck mashup here to show off. It's going to be against Embryo Death here, right? And the deck lineup is Nimlaria Yosenju is what A Bad Time is on. We're going to be playing against Plunder Patrol. So definitely interested to see Nimlaria Yosenju. Yosenju is actually not a bad deck at all. A lot of people think of it as more casual. I would call it lower rogue. Like, it definitely has the ability to make a good amount of plays. What is this card? I don't recognize this at all. Yosenju Orochi Channeling. If you control no monsters, activate one of the following effects. Self-defense, turn you cast special summons Yosenjus. At a level 5 or higher Yosenju. Place L and R from your deck to your Panda Zones. Okay. Yeah, though, I think the last time I've played Yosenjus was like... God, I think it would have been like when they first came out. You know what? That's what it was. I've only played first wave Yosenjus because, like, I remember when, you know, that pack with Necros and Yosenjus came out. Like, my friends were all, you know, they were buying boxes and building Necros, and I literally built Yosenjus off the scraps of what they pulled from boxes, and it's a fun deck. It's fun and it's not bad. Even in, like, Master Duel right now, it's definitely still not bad. Opponent is definitely on Adventure Plunder here. They're going to start with their adventure line before making their plays, using the Plunder field spell in order to discard the Water Enchantress there. Not too shabby. Neither is this Harpy's Feather Duster, potentially. Now, we're going to start with Tenki. Well, we didn't activate Tenki? Oh, no. Was that like a misclick or something? But anyway, we are going to do the Sweet Dreams Nimlaria. That's going to get negated by the, what's it called? Wandering Griffin Rider, but we have the Dream Tower of Princess, all the same. Oh, the Yosenjus! These are level 10 beasts! I didn't even think... That's so cool. That's really cool. I was wondering what the synergy between these two decks was going to be. They're level 10 beasts. That's so cool. I actually do really like that. Also, I didn't know that had an animation. Wait, that was a sick animation. Wait, this thing looks sick. Also, this card is really, really good. It'll bounce itself during the end phase, but it does get to bounce a couple of cards. I didn't recognize this one, though. This is another one of the, like, second wavelengths. What does this do? Can't be special except by Pendulum. Normal special target card you put a control to the hand. All Yosen monsters gain, and then it bounces. Okay, gotcha. Excuse me. I did not know Diaback had an animation. That's so cool. Because a lot of Yosenju decks don't play the level 10 ones. They usually just play the level 4s and kind of act more like a control deck against them. Oh my god, we're smacking them for 4K. Now, yeah, during the end phase, they are going to bounce back to our hand. So that's going to be potentially a little bit of an issue going into our opponent's turn with an open board. Hopefully they don't have too much follow-up. They do have another Plunder Shipyard. It's going to add Bluebeard. Whitebeard F from being discarded summons Golden Hair. Bluebeard F. The thing about Plunder, though, is that, like, they're not like a big combo deck in the sense that they're not going to, like, OTK you at the end of their combo line. In my experience, anyway. It seems like a lot of the time they are more about, like, board control. Alright, yeah, they're going off with their line here. Let's see how bad it ends up being. I mean, imagine they just link, yeah, for the Blackbeard now, and then... I can never remember what all the ships do. The Xyz ship banishes a card, I think. Maybe that's the one they're going to pull out. No, it's the Fusion ship. Because, oh, this is the Negate. That's right. Okay, Golden Hair coming back. Redbeard F to equip. Sinking for 8. Is this going to be the, yeah, the Synchro ship? Woof, getting rid of our Dream Tower, but we already have pretty much everything we need. But imagine if we got to, is that once per turn or just when it's activated? It's once per turn, right? Oh yeah, by banishing 2 face downs. Imagine getting to pen to... Oh my god, we do! We just top decked another one. We do get to pen to summon 4 level 10 beasts here. Oh no, we're just... Oh no, we are adding 2 more, okay. It just adds them one at a time, I see. It's so good. It's so good. Oh my god. Also, I don't think these are... Also, what a sick animation. I love that. I love that animation. Also, are these once per turns? They're not. The monster effects are not once per turns. We actually just get to bounce literally their whole field right now. Oh my god. And I like how we chain block the one at the end that's only bouncing our pendulum scales. That's really good. Opponent's just trying to desperately fire off everything they can before they end up losing their board here. Alright, there goes those. And that one's getting negated too. But I mean, yeah, we can still just... I mean, yeah, we still have a ton of super strong monsters in play. That was really cool. That was really, really cool. I very much enjoyed that. Yeah, that was a really, really sick game. Thank you so very much for submitting that game. Again, Yosenju Nimlaria. You don't see the connection, especially with 2 archetypes like that seem so different. But the ability to add level 10 beasts actually makes the Pendulum Yosenju strategy a lot more consistent, which is really rad. I also didn't know they had the, what was it, that first spell card that just sets up your scale from the deck? Yeah, the channeling. That's really cool. That between the channeling and the Dream Tower, like, that's enough to set up your Pend combos right there, and then you could potentially even include some rank 10s and go into some rank 10 plays. Good stuff. Great stuff. Awesome. Thank you very much to not only A Bad Time, but to everyone who submitted for this week and who just submits in general. Again, we can't do this series without you all submitting, so thank you all so very much for doing so. But that'll do it for this video. Let's go ahead and move now to our outro. Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. That means a lot to me. It's also a great way to support the channel, so thank you very much in that way as well. If you're interested in supporting the channel in other ways, like the very special patrons that I am thanking here, you can do so by checking out some of the links in the description. One of those goes to the Patreon, where you can join these fine folk and support the channel that way. I do post daily content over on Patreon, so you do get something for support there. And if you're interested, I also have a coaching tier option as well. Details again will be on Patreon in the link below. Also in the description linked below is my Twitch page where I stream a few times a week. You can go ahead and check that out, follow or subscribe over there if you ever want to catch me live. You'll also find my second YouTube channel if you feel like subscribing over there to watch some of the Twitch VODs as well as some additional non-Yu-Gi-Oh related content that I make over there. Again, any of those links you want to check out is all a great way of supporting. But again, even if you don't do that, just watching was also a fantastic way to support. And once again, I have to thank you so very much. But in any case, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out, and I'm hoping you have a fantastic day.